Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Village. So it's been a year since I've done my original Gamesplanation for Village. It's a bit of an older game, but what do I think of it? Have I played it? Etc, etc. I feel like I've played it once, maybe. And that was just after I did the video. It's been a year since I've actually really played it so much, and I want this guy to get back to the table. I feel like this has a heck of a lot going on with it. I originally came across this game when a friend of mine brought their copy over and I played it and I was like, hey, I really like that. It took me a while to get it, but I kind of enjoyed it. And by the time I got it, I was like, yeah, I do really like it. I like it as a large player experience. I've tried playing it with the 2-player, I've tried playing it with the full 4-player count, and I feel like the 4-player count is a lot tighter, a lot of a cleaner game, a harder game. You've really got to think more, I guess, with the 4-player experience on this one. I think this is a strong game. I really do enjoy it. I really do appreciate it for what it is. It's an old game, and it has some differences. It's the one game that everyone kind of looks at and goes, oh, you're dealing with, like, you've got to kill your guys off. And you do. You have to play stuff, and then you get to an age and you go, yeah, you need to be dead now. And you put them in a graveyard. And you get points for doing that. And it's a nice little mechanism. It's a mechanism that you don't really come across in any other game. And I haven't come across that idea of actually killing off your people so that you can age the village, so you can age what's happening around you, and so you can get the points off those guys. And there's a lot of stuff going on with this. There is a fair amount of randomness that comes into it with at the beginning of each round, you're pulling out a handful of coloured cubes and you're putting them a certain number on each spot. The number on each spot will change with the player count, but and there's what those cubes are tells you what you can do, and it kind of pushes you in certain directions if you want to go for that particular thing. There's a few balance issues, but fortunately there's a couple of expansions that have come out with this. Now, I haven't played those expansions. I do have them, but I haven't played them. I understand that those expansions are supposed to get rid of the problem, so there's a heck of a lot of points available up in the top right hand corner for traveling outside the village, but only if you are doing that early and often, so that you can if you complete that whole section, there's a lot of points there, and that's a worthwhile thing to do. But the expansions cover that up because it's a little bit heavy in terms of the balancing act that we have to do amongst games. I'm not saying that that's the way to win. I'm not saying that playing without it is a good way to go, or covering it up with an expansion piece. It probably is. I haven't played the expansions. But what I have noticed is I've ignored that a couple of times and I haven't won. I don't know. There's a lot to be said for it. As I say, it is an older game. It looks a bit odd on the table, but once you start playing it, you kind of get into it and you go, yeah, I really, really enjoy that. I really enjoy that. I don't mind killing off these guys because I know that I'm bringing more guys in. It's another element you've got to kind of work towards or work on, and just finding that balance between the two. Of how long you keep the guys on the table, how long, because you're paying to get a guy into, say, to make things. If you've got a guy in there making stuff, he'll make stuff every round until he dies. And so choosing which guys are going to die, because you get to choose which ones to die, not just, I take them randomly. However, they're in ages, so they've got numbers on each of the meeples that tells you how old they can be before they have to die. And you need to choose which ones are going to come off there, which ones are going to fall away whenever something has to die. And that's, to a lot of people, that's a really awkward decision because of the way they play, the way they get into their characters. Not so much for me, and that's fine. If that's a problem for you, that's absolutely fine. You're allowed to think that way, and that's okay. That's not a way I think. It's just a game. This is one of the mechanisms that goes into this game. I really enjoy this game. I think that you should go back and have a look at my videos if you haven't already watched them. See what you think of it. Comment below if you like it, if you dislike it. If you've never played this game and you kind of just realizing, oh, that's a thing. Go and get it. Have a look into it. I believe it got a re-release last year around the time, or just a little bit before I did the video. From Stronghold Games, I believe, in America. I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what the case was. So you can probably find a copy of this one if you wish. Go and have a look for it if you like it. If you don't, as I say, that's fine as well. If you have any comments or suggestions, write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.